Well, if you want your Ivar's fix, you'll have to take it to go because two of this brand's iconic Seattle sit-down restaurants will be closing until the spring because of COVID.
A year ago yesterday, this restaurant served 737 people. Yesterday, it served fewer than 200.
Ivar's president Bob Donegan says his company, which depends heavily on tourist traffic, is struggling to fill tables at its two flagship sit-down restaurants in Seattle.
We were not getting enough customers to visit Acres of Clams and the Salmon House to cover the cost, so we're going to put them in hibernation until the customers can come back.
He says he hopes to reopen his dining rooms in the spring. The walk-up seafood bars will stay open. For Ivar's and many other restaurants, the coming months will be perhaps their greatest challenge. Beyond Ivar's, should we expect to see others closing in the coming month?
I sadly believe that there is a very strong wave of closures coming over the next 60 to 90 days.
Steve Hooper's a board member of the Seattle Restaurant Alliance. He's also president of Ethan Stoll Restaurants, and on Thursday opened a new Tavolata restaurant in Fremont.
But in the neighborhoods, things are okay. We're able to kind of eke out enough of a living to stay around for a lot longer in a place like the neighborhood. So it really depends on your location and who your average customer is.
Visit Seattle says there are some small, encouraging signs for businesses dependent on tourism. The Mopop recently reopened. As many as 4 Seattle hotels plan to reopen in October, and hotel occupancy in the region is at its highest level since March, though it's still way down compared with last year. One bright spot in Ivar's business, prepackaged chowder, which it sells at stores throughout the U.S. The company says sales are through the roof. And again, the walk-up fish bars will stay open, and Ivar's hopes those, along with their grocery store sales, will be enough to carry them through until the spring. At the Salmon House, Ted Land, King 5 News.